Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about MATIC. MATIC is doing, what I already indicated in the last few videos. It's dropping further. It looked a long time very bullish. It was above this ascending trend line. It built here a good foundation for a potential bull run. But as I said in the videos, there was always a risk. This was just a wave B. And it was getting unrealistic, that bullish scenario, especially in the last few videos, because it was just retracing very strongly and too often. And what we can see now, that it only made that higher low, that lower high, and it's obviously breaking that trend line. So that ABC scenario that I made you aware and that I was favoring in the last few videos, where I said it's probably more likely now to break below that trend line than to go up, is playing out. We've got this head and shoulders which played out, broke the neckline. Before that, it did go in all the target areas. It was looking really bullish. Yeah, it could have really made its way easily with that structure to $4 or $5 in the next wave up easily, and outperform a lot of the other cryptos, but it failed to break the all-time high. Maybe it made a slightly all-time high, but that's all possible in this scenario here. And then we are now in this wave C. Now in this wave C, there are a few ways to look at it. It broke the 145, which was so critical for me in this more bullish scenario. So it wasn't even that relevant to hold that trend line, but it was very relevant to hold the 145. And that was the low of this 1-2 wave here, here at 145 from the middle of November. That was broken, and it's also broken below the 200-day moving average, which is quite significant. It broke here below the 20, below the 50. And the 200-day moving average was at 161. Broke below that, did recover now a little bit with Bitcoin, but it's still below that 145 line. So if we go to the hourly chart, you can probably see how it's retesting, or was retesting, the 200-day moving average, and is now back below 145. There is one more chance for MATIC to get out of this without dropping to much lower levels. So there is one more key support here at pretty much $1. Yeah, so if it loses the dollar, because overall on the larger picture, this could still be here a 1-2, a very large one though. So I'm not entirely sure about it. But if the bulls are holding here the dollar, then that could help MATIC to stay above $1. Certainly very key level here anyway, very psychological one. But generally, I would expect the price to go into this area down here, and that would be around 60 cents, basically below the wave A. I know it sounds very unrealistic now, but bear in mind that MATIC dropped within just 4 weeks now, already 55%. And a drop to down here to the 55 cents or 60 cents, that would be only an 80% drop. A lot of cryptos have done that 80% drop already, so it's not at all unrealistic. It just means that MATIC is a bit later in the correction. So I think we are going to see that a drop to $1 would only be around 22%. I think that is fairly unrealistic, given that I already expect Bitcoin to drop at least another 25%. Of course, I could be wrong with Bitcoin scenario. In that case, MATIC might hold above the dollar, but if Bitcoin really continues its sell-off, I would see this area down here. Nevertheless, the immediate bullish scenario is over. It's far less likely. If I had to give it a percentage, I would say the probability that MATIC is holding above $1 would be only like 30%. 70% would go down here. That's my view. It needs to finish below the wave A, but again, after that, then I would expect a 10x maybe for Polygon MATIC. We can take a look at the fibs again, and that would give me here a Polygon or MATIC price of around at least 440. Yeah, if you come down to a range of 60 cents, that's not yet a 10x, but then we're talking about possibly here the next fib extensions, and I think even a $7 MATIC would be possible in the next major wave up. So we've got various resistance levels here, up there. If it goes into price discovery, into new all-time high range, we've got the 1.618 fib level at 439, then the 200% at 536, and then at 692, the 2.618. I think any of them might be possible, but it's too early to speculate about which one is going to be realistic, but I think we're going to see here this ABC play out with the wave C ending below the wave A. We can also see it on various of the indicators that are now turning increasingly bearish. It's now oversold on the daily as well. The MACD on the daily is pointing further towards the downside, but much more than, for example, Bitcoin. On the weekly, there is still much more space to drop lower. Yeah, so we've had the bearish cross on the MACD anyway. We're in the bearish range on the RSI on the weekly, and there is much more scope here on any of the indicators on the higher time frames to drop lower. Therefore, I think I'm quite confident about a 60 cent MATIC or 58, and that could theoretically go down all the way to around 30 cents. But I don't think we're necessarily going to see the 30, but I think I'd be quite confident that we might touch just the 58 cent up there. All right, that's my view on MATIC. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.